Hi, this is Debbie Markowitz. Welcome to our Intentionally Different film collection. You're going to be seeing the first 6 short films of Intention Films and Media. Every one is different, and we hope you enjoy them. Thank you. Hi, this is Debbie Markowitz, the co-owner of Intention Films and Media. Welcome to our Intentionally Different film collection. You're going to be seeing the first 6 short films of Intention Films and Media. We hope you enjoy them. Thank you. I'd already been casting and producing for other directors, and I thought it was time to make my own first short film. My husband, John Marine, and I came up with the idea of The Last Taxi Driver. What would happen if there was a taxi driver who refused to give up his license when the only people left on the planet were zombies? So that's how we came up with what I thought was a horror film and turned out to be a zombie comedy. We got Robert Hesse from Blue Bloods, Deb Twist from Kick-Ass, and Emily Jackson from Incarnate, and we made this little film that did indeed turn out to be a comedy. Much to our surprise, once we got it out there, it started winning awards and getting accepted to certain film festivals. We were in the monthly screenings of Holly Shorts, which really surprised me because that's an Academy Award nominating film festival, and it also played in film festivals all over the United States, so it was pretty exciting for us. Robert Hesse is hands down one of the funniest people you ever want to have on set, and we've since worked with him about 5 or 6 times since then. But we hope you enjoy The Last Taxi Driver. I'd already been casting and producing movies for others and decided it was time that I made my own first short film. My husband and business partner, John Marine, and I came up with the idea for The Last Taxi Driver. We batted around ideas of what it would be like to be the last taxi driver in civilization while the rest of people on the planet were zombies. I thought it was a horror film. John thought it was a comedy. John was right. We decided to cast Robert Hesse from Blue Bloods, Emily Jackson from Incarnate, and Deb Twist from Kick-Ass. What we had was 3 days of unbelievable weather, 6 different weather patterns, and somehow or another we managed to get this all done. When it came out and we submitted it to film festivals, surprisingly enough to us, it got accepted, and not only just to any film festivals, it ended up in the monthly screening of the Holly Shorts Film Festival. That's an Academy Award nominating film festival. There was so much excitement that happened with this, but I was pretty sure I wasn't going to do it again. I will say that Robert Hesse, hands down, is one of the most fun people to have on set ever. So we've worked with him about 6 times since then. But anyway, we hope you enjoy The Last Taxi Driver. After we did The Last Taxi Driver, I had pretty much decided I wasn't going to direct anymore. It was so much work and it was so stressful. Then I woke up one day at 3 in the morning crying my eyes out, and I had a story in my mind from a dream that I had had. I started thinking about it, put it together, went to my writing room, and by 7 in the morning I had the first draft of Leaving. I contacted several actors I'd been wanting to work with, and in 2 days through several locations we ended up filming this film. It's very different from The Last Taxi Driver, and we hope you enjoy it. After filming The Last Taxi Driver, I decided that I didn't want to direct anymore. It was so much work, so stressful, so expensive, and I just didn't know if I was good at it. Then I woke up one morning at 3 o'clock in the morning crying my eyes out and started trying to remember the dream. When I did remember it, I thought, this needs to be a movie. So I got up at 3 in the morning, and by 7 in the morning, I had my first draft of Leaving. We contacted the actors we wanted to work with. We had 4 different locations. Then we ended up with extras and flashback scenes, and this short little film became Leaving. We hope you like it. After Leaving, I felt like I was kind of getting the hang of directing. Leaving was in the final judging round of the Flickers Rhode Island Film Festival. That's another Academy Award nominating film festival. I thought, maybe I'm not terrible at this. I decided I wanted to do another short film and came up with the idea for By Blood. It was originally supposed to be 2 actors, 1 day, 1 location, and it ended up being 3 main actors, several child actors, many extras, 4 different locations, and we had some interesting things happen with this. We had ordered some equipment in order to shoot it the way I had envisioned it. The monitor did not work with the film equipment we had, and I always direct by monitor, as well as the Ronin, which we had written the shot list with the thought that we would have a Ronin to use with our camera equipment. Since the Ronin was damaged and the monitor didn't work, I was really at the mercy of the DP and what I could see that was not on monitor. Now, I trust Mark Ryu implicitly. There was one scene I wanted, one shot that I wanted that we just couldn't get, and I didn't know we didn't get it until after we started editing. Well, I'm still pretty happy with it, and you may or may not even pick up what that shot might be, but here is By Blood. After leaving was on the festival trail, I decided that I might want to try again. It was in the final judging round of the Flickers Rhode Island Film Festival, which is an Academy Award nominating film festival. So I decided, let's finish this off with a third short film, and I came up with the script for By Blood. It was supposed to be 2 main actors and 1 location, 1 day. Ended up being 2 days, several actors, 3 lead actors, and many extras. We also brought in Jackie the Joke Martling from the Howard Stern Show for a small role because I love Jackie and we wanted to put him in this. We ended up filming, and even though some of the equipment we had rented arrived damaged, we did the best we could. Now, I always direct by monitor. I want to see exactly what it's going to look like on the screen as we're filming, and I couldn't do that. So I just had to use my judgment. Hopefully we got all the shots we wanted, and we also had to change some of the shots last minute because the Ronin also had arrived damaged. We did a pretty good job, and I am proud of it. I did miss one shot that I think would have changed the film, but it is what it is. When you're an independent filmmaker and you don't have a lot of money, you do the best you can, but I'm still proud of it. I hope you like By Blood. One of the great things about owning all your own camera, lighting, and sound equipment is that you can make movies relatively cheaply. We learned that on our feature film, bought everything, and we've since made about 15, 16 films since. But since we had all our own equipment, we brought in some friend crew members. I wrote something for my friend actor Eddie McGee, who I had been wanting to work with forever. We brought in actress Eve Austin, and for 1 day in my kitchen, we shot the film Confidant. One of the great things about owning all your camera, sound, and electrical equipment is that you can make a movie fairly cheaply and do it well. I wrote a script called Confidant to shoot in 1 day in 1 room in my kitchen, and brought in actor Eddie McGee, who is a dear friend who I've been wanting to work with forever, and also brought in actress Eve Austin. And in 1 day, we came up with the movie Confidant. One of the most fun things about the next movie is that my husband came up with a concept for it, and then I wrote the script. We brought in 2 friends I've been wanting to work with. One was Jimmy Pravasilis, and the other was Diana Durango, who we've worked with previously. We came up with the idea for Gem in the Photo Op, also shot it 1 day in my house, and we had a blast. And it's very different from the others. Here is Gem in the Photo Op. One of my very favorite film projects was short film The Waiting Room. Jennifer Giles had contacted me about directing this 72-hour film challenge. I asked her if she had a script, and she didn't, so we waited to find out what the theme was, and then I wrote it in 2 hours. It's whimsical, it is fun, it is fantasy, I love it. Jennifer brought in actor Justin L. Wilson, who was just in Welcome to Chippendales. He was one of the dancers. And I brought in Kieran Sheehan, who is a friend. He was also one of Broadway's Phantom of the Opera. I also brought in Heather Brittno-Scanlon and Noelle Diane, who I've worked with in several films before. In 1 day, right after a blizzard, because we've got to have a blizzard somewhere, we end up shooting this in 1 location. It includes a dance scene, and even though it's not a major scene, that requires choreography, but somehow we pulled it off, and I had so much fun. I hope you enjoy The Waiting Room. One of my very favorite projects that I directed to date has been The Waiting Room. Actress Jennifer Giles contacted me about doing this 72-hour film challenge. I asked her if she had a script, and she didn't. So once we had the theme, I wrote it in 2 hours, and I wrote it according to the actors that I wanted to use. It included Jennifer Giles. She brought in Justin L. Wilson, who was just in Welcome to Chippendales. He was one of the dancers. I brought in Kieran Sheehan, who was one of Broadway's Phantom of the Opera, as well as Noelle Diane, who I had worked with before, and Heather Brittno-Scanlon. It was 1 day. We choreographed everything. We shot at a friend's house. We got it done right after a blizzard, and everybody got there from upstate and New Jersey and everywhere else people were coming from. I had so much fun on this set, and it was just a joy. I hope you enjoy The Waiting Room. We hope you've enjoyed these 6 very different films. We've gone on to do features and a series and other short films and probably about 15 projects since then, at least as of this taping. You can find out more about our films at intentionfilmsandmedia.com. So check that out. Check out our series, The Only Woman in the World, which is on Tubi, Prime Video, and some other platforms, as well as this film collection, obviously, which you have, our series Couple of Guys, and all our other projects. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll see you in the future. We hope you enjoyed those 6 films. We've done about 15 more since then, including our feature, The Only Woman in the World, which is on Prime Video, Tubi, and a lot of other platforms. We also have our series, Couple of Guys, and a lot of other short films and anthologies that we have worked on. Please check out all our movies and where they can be seen at intentionfilmsandmedia.com. Thank you so much again, and I hope you'll be seeing us in the future, and we'll be seeing you. Thank you.